The most powerful Desi radio station in America, a Universal Media Access-owned radio station.
Our privacy rights are being compromised every day. Women continue to make less than men for the same work. Rising tuition makes college harder to afford. What can be done? Join CARE for the 4th annual Muslim Day at the state capitol on Monday, April 27th. Meet your lawmakers and advocate for the change our state needs. Materials, meals, and round-trip transportation are included in the $25 fee. Learn more on the web at carecapitalday.com or call 408-986-9874. This message is sponsored by Shah Peerally Law Group, PC, supporting democracy and activism.
The Shah Peerally Law Group is now opening its second office in San Francisco. After years of popular demand, the law group has finally decided to make the big jump and has its presence in San Francisco. For more than 10 years, the law group founded by the prominent attorney Shah Peerally has been dedicated to the immigrant community. The law group's new office is opening on February 20th, 2015, at the corner of 21st and Mission Street in the great city of San Francisco. For more information, call 415-643-4342 or 510-742-5887 or email sf@PeerallyLaw.com. Choose excellence. Choose the Shah Peerally Law Group. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastika, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is Shah Peerally for a live show today, and today I have on the board with me German, and of course we're going to talk about immigration. The past three radio shows was recorded, so I know a lot of things has happened while I was away, but we're going to cover all of them, many things, including first of all the H-1B issues, the H-4, the new visa bulletin, whatever is covered, as much as possible we'll be covering, and of course we will be opening the line in a few minutes at 408-912-5565. And ladies and gentlemen, before I begin, everything I'm going to tell you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office is 510-742-5887. So let us start a little bit about the H-1B, of course. As you know, it seems like USCIS moved pretty fast. They were able to sort out all the cases and the 65,000 quota for the H-1B new cap, and receipts have started coming, especially for the premiums. And we are hoping in the next 2-3 weeks, all the receipts will be issued. So if you get a receipt, there's a chance you made it to the lottery. I say there's a chance because we have seen cases in the past where even people who got a receipt, they still told them later that they didn't make it to the lottery. So be careful on that. But as far as we know now, it's a little bit more, the process is a little bit more, is being done better. And hopefully we will see people who are getting a receipt. That means you made it to the lottery. Now, making it to the lottery or the selection doesn't mean you got approved. So now the next step is to hope for an approval. But we are expecting, of course, the whole bunch of the normal 9-yard of the RFEs and things like that. But if you need help, feel free to call us at the office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. And of course, if you want to call today for quick information on the case, feel free to call the studio lines. It's open right now, 408-912-5565. The second thing that happened, of course, the famous situation of the visa bulletin. It seems like we had a jump for India, at least a little bit, I think 9 months. It moved to 2008, which is something not too bad. April 15, 2008 for EB2. As for EB3, it moved, I think, only 8 days, unfortunately. This is what I'm seeing, unless I'm mistaken. But at least we got something, but that's not enough. We are hoping things will get better. And we have this petition online. If you go on my blog, Immigration Legal Blog, one word, immigrationlegalblog.com. There's a petition on the top. You will see, click on the image. Please sign the petition. We need more signatures. We are hoping we can do the same like we did on the H4 to change the law and have the reduction in the waiting time. And before I take the course, I know there are a lot of callers waiting. Just give me one more minute. Another thing that happens also, it seems like the owners or president of Herdwan University has been indicted, and I got that information from Santa Cruz Sentinel. The chief executive, he was found, he pleaded guilty of visa fraud, and it seems that the school is still open, but as we know from the Tri-Valley University bad experience, there might be a lot of issues. So if you are in this situation with Herdwan, please give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. We have some quick tips for people who are at Herdwan on our blog, again, Immigration Legal Blog. Let me take one caller, German. This is Shapra. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. Thank you for taking my call. How are you?
I'm doing well. Who's speaking?
This is Nipa.
Hi, Nipa. How are you? Go ahead.
I'm doing good. I have one question. I filed for my sister, and I lost the file. One time I have a robbery in my home. So there is any way I can find the copy of those files?
Okay. Do you have at least a receipt number? No.
I don't have any. I have a whole file together. And
okay, what you should do, go on the USCIS website. There's an 800 number there. Call them, give them the name, but they might give you the runaround and tell them you lost it. Please help you. They might be able to trace it by name if the name is not common, and from there they will give you the receipt number. And from that receipt number, you can also get a copy of the file to the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act. So try to do that. If you're not able to get it, then give me a call at the office. We'll see what we can do for you. Okay?
I have the case number, what they receive in India, my sister. Yes, I have a letter.
Yeah. You don't have a letter? What do you mean?
What my sister received in India, the case number I have it.
Okay, that's what you need. What you need, take that case number. If you want to get all the documents, you can do what we call a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. You can go on the USCIS website and go on the form, Freedom of Information Act, and then you just pull the documents there. But if you need help, just give me a call at the office. We'll help you. 510-742-5887. Okay? Let me take another caller. This is Shapra. You're live in air.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question for you. My brother filed an H1 with a consultant this year. So we just wanted to know how can we be sure that it is filed with the USCIS, given that maybe there are a lot of chances that it will not come into the lottery, and then so just wanted to make sure that it was indeed filed and then that a picture was sent to the USCIS.
You won't know. That's $1 million question. So basically, you pay, people pay sometimes, and the case is filed. There's no way you will know if it is filed or not. Usually, when the case is returned, they put a sheet on that the case is returned. Sometimes they don't. So they can always tell you they mailed it and it was returned. So no, there's no way, because the H-1B doesn't really belong to you. It belongs to the company. So you don't have much rights in it, and they won't keep any copy if they return the case. So unfortunately, there's no way to know. Only you can trust the people and trust the attorney. This is why it's so important to have an attorney you can trust. If that attorney is saying, yes, he filed, then he probably did file it, or the company. But unfortunately, that's a very bad situation. There's no way you can really know if it was filed. Unless it was returned, then you can see. Sometimes they will put a cover sheet saying it's returned, but sometimes they don't. Okay?
Okay,
right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck to you. I'm sorry for that. Let me take another caller. This is Shapra. You're live on air. Hello? Hello?
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Hey, thank you very much for a great show. I think it's helping a lot of our community.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. What can I do for you?
I have a question on visitor visa extension. So I applied for extension to my in-laws. They're here from last 6 months. And the I-94 is expiring today. So I've applied and I got a request number and the acknowledgement from UCIS. So I called them. They said you can stay unlawfully in the U.S. as long as you get any decision from us. But as soon as you get any denial, so you have to leave immediately. So just wanted to get your opinion on this one.
Yeah, that's a very good question. This is the way the law works. They are right partly. What happened is that as long as it's pending, they're legal. But if the case gets denied, then it reverts back to the date of tomorrow, which is the date of, let's say it takes 3 weeks to get a denial. The date that it will be based on the last date of the I-94. That means 3 weeks your in-laws will be staying unlawfully, which is not a big problem as long as it doesn't pass 180 days. But it becomes a problem because they can cancel the multiple entry if they have a multiple entry. By operation of law, if you overstay on a multiple entry visa, they have a right to cancel it, the step on your passport. This is the only risk. But most of the time for elderly people, they are kind of lenient. They don't do it. But this is their right. So that's the only risk. Apart from that, they are right. As long as it's pending, you're in a period of stay authorized by the Attorney General, they can stay. But if it gets denied, it goes back to the last date. And this is where it's a problem because you will get a letter probably in 2-3 weeks. And so for those 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you will have an unlawful presence. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay? But at this point, most of the time, if you have good reasons, they don't get denied. If you're doing it the first time, they don't really give a hard time to the client. Okay? Okay?
Yeah, it's the first time and it's because genuine medical reasons, so I guess I will get approved.
Okay, so if it is for medical attention, most of the time it will be approved. I hope you put that in the letter of extension, right?
Yeah, I put it and then I got a letter from my doctor's office also.
Yeah, so I think you have a good chance of getting an approval. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, my name is Sharma. I have a very quick question about visitor visas. What are the required documentation for the visitor visa? And in particular, one question is, do I have to provide my tax 1040 to the visitors that are coming so that they can produce at Indian consulate?
This is another good question on visitor visa. There's no real... it's not like you're preparing an H-1B package where you have exact documents you have to put. What they're looking at a visitor visa is usually you're going to go back home. So this is a 214 that they use, I-need 214. So the other part of the putting the tax return is usually when you put the affidavit of support, the I-134. So in this case, most of the time, depending on the country, you can just put your check stub or things like that. They don't really have to put the tax. But more documents you put, better are your chances of getting an approval. But unfortunately, visitor visa works this way. It's very discretionary. So even you put a lot of documents, they might not even look at it and deny it. I've had cases where just a simple letter of invitation, they get their visitor visa without showing anything. So there's no real checklist, but you have to put two things important. One, you have to put that they have ties to the country of origin, which is probably India or Pakistan or which country you are from or they are from. They have to show that they have maybe businesses, they have jobs, they have other family members there. These are ties to show. The second thing, you have to show that they have the ability to support themselves in the U.S. That's where you can put the I-134, and that's where you might have to put the tax. But no, you don't have to really put the tax if you don't want to, but you have to put a proof that you have the means to support them during their stay here. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, hi, Shah. This is Santosh. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
A quick question, it's about my wife. We had applied for her H1 transfer in April last year, and then she got a RFE in September. But since then there's nothing yet from them. So what should I do? Like, I just need your advice on that.
That's too long. You should just file a premium.
Okay.
Put it on premium. Just pay the fee of the premium, the $12.25. Put it on premium. That's your best way to get things moving. That's really too long.
Yeah.
That's really about them. The other option is to ask the company to make a phone call. You cannot make phone calls on H-1B usually because unless you're lucky, but the company owns it. So the company can make a phone call and check the status. Otherwise, the best to do is to just put it on a premium. Within 3 weeks, you'll have an answer. Whenever people do transfers, I always recommend that if really the job is there, don't. It's good to it's better to spend some money and put the premium because in this case it helps you know where you stand. Because right now you have a pending situation. Of course, it's for your wife, right? You said. Yeah. So your wife can start working under AC-21. But if you want to get an answer and a peace of mind, it's always good to do the premium, okay? But you can ask the company first to make a call, and if the company lawyer to make a call, and if not, then you just go ahead and premium it. Within 3 weeks, you should get an answer, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello?
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 This is Shah Peerally?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
I had a quick question. My H-1B was filed by my employer, and my wife's employer also filed an H-1B. Hers got approved. Like, at least she got the notice that it has been approved. But I have not received any response from my employer. So, does it mean that it is still in processing, or does it mean that I have not paid it to the lottery?
Oh, your wife already got an approval. That's great. No, not necessarily. Depending on the issue. Did you do premium?
No, I don't think my employer did premium.
Yeah, premium are the one they're giving an answer. But you have to wait then. Regular one, within 2 weeks we will know. So I don't think you are not selected yet. So just be patient and congratulations for your wife. Just be patient because we have not started really receiving anything for regular non-premium. So just be a little bit more patient. Actually, they are moving fast this year, faster than last year. And I'm surprised, and it's good. But we will have an answer. Within the next 3 weeks, I think they will clear everything, and people will know if they are in or not in. Okay?
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for your answer.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, Mr. Shah. My name is Nitesh. I was calling to ask you, I'm a PhD from University of California, Los Angeles in electrical engineering. So I'm filing my green card in EB1 category, and the lawyers in my company said that I have a good chance. But I'm having a lot of trouble writing the referral letters. I lack time and motivation. So I was wondering if you could help me in that, just getting my letters done.
What you mean, the reference letters? I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
the review.
The recommendation letters. You have to get 5 letters from.
Technically, lawyers should not do that because this has to be kind of written by the people themselves because you don't want to kind of custom made them. Give me a call. I'll see what I can do for you. I don't usually do that because usually I ask people to go and get it because then it's kind of tampering with the facts. We can review them, but there are many templates online you can use, but it's a specific right for each. Because each person has different kind of capacities, achievements, and things like that. So, yeah, we can kind of help you, but honestly, this is not something that we really do. We usually get the client to do. We prepare the legal part of it. But give me a call. I can kind of see if I can guide you or we can help you. I'll see what I can do for you. Okay? All right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Hello, I'm listening to you.
Hi. Yeah, hi. Can I speak to Shah?
Yeah, this is Shah. You're live on air.
Oh, okay, hi. My name is Sirisha. I just wanted to know that I for a question for a visitor visa. I just want to call my mom here. So the reason, the issue is here, my pay stubs, the name is different. I didn't realize that the name is like there is an extra extra R in it on the pay stub. So I don't know if I need really to put the pay stubs for as supporting document. If I need to, then I have to go through the process of changing the pay stub first.
Okay. Hold on a second. Is it just an R in the middle, or does it change your name completely, or just a typo?
Just an extra R typo in the first name, and it's been like that, and I never checked it because I never needed the pay stub before that. So.
Well, unfortunately, unless I see it, I won't be able to tell you. But I don't see just an extra R is going to affect your case. If you're doing a transfer or you need a check stub to be presented, I would prefer to present it and explain that there was a typo on the check stub, or ask them to correct the check stub. But I will not send it just because there's a typo, unless it completely changes your name. So
No, not completely changed.
Okay, then no, typos, they understand. People, these are what we call immaterial errors. These are what we call there are case law on that actually, that explain this kind of situation. When you have immaterial errors like that, should not affect your case, especially if you're not trying to commit fraud. But if you are kind of using different names, let's say one your name is Raj and the other name your name is Paul, then it doesn't make sense unless all are your names. But in your case, no, it should not be a problem. Don't worry. But of course, I have to look at it. Unless it makes it's a material error, it won't affect your case. You should put your check stub if you have to. Okay?
Yeah. Right? Thank you.
You're welcome. So I don't know if I have more callers. So ladies, this is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call, the lines are open right now. We had a lot of callers. 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. I think we have some more callers. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it Shah?
Yes. This is Shah. You're live.
Hi, Shah. My name is Akhtar, and I have a question on H4 EAD.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I worked for a company A, and they filed an I-140 for me, which got approved, and then I moved to another company where I am right now, but I haven't started my green card process yet, and I was wondering, can I use my I-140 from my previous company for the H4 EAD?
Well, so far, yes, as long as still there, they have not, just like when you do a transfer or an extension, you can use the I-140 from a different company from basically company A, use it with company B. The rules should be the same. So far, they have not told us no, and it seems they will accept it as long as the I-140 has not been revoked. So, no, go ahead, and if you need help, give me a call at the office. We'll be glad to do the H4 EAD. By the way, just to mention to people, H4 EAD is out, the big thing that we've been fighting for. And we are accepting now to handle cases because we were a little bit busy with H1B. So if you want to call, you need help, call us at the office, 510-742-5887. But your I-140 from another company should work, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, Mr. Shah. Thanks for taking my call. I had a question regarding my dad's green card. I had filed all the paperwork. He had an interview back in mid-February, and then I got a letter saying that his I-130 got approved, but it's been like about 1.5 months now, and I haven't gotten any further communication or the green card yet. So I'm not sure what...
You're a U.S. citizen, right? You're a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're still within... Usually it takes 90 days to go to the National Visa Center. Within 90 days, if you don't hear anything within 60 days, call the USCIS 800 number or call the National Visa Center, and they should be able to send the case there. They will probably send you an email. They do that electronic. Did you put an email there?
Yes, I did, but I haven't received any email.
Yeah, usually they will send an email asking you to fill some forms, and if you need help on those, just give me a call. But right now, 6 weeks, you're still okay. Usually it takes between 60 days to 90 days for them to respond. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Then. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Yeah, hi, Shah Peerally. This is Amol speaking.
Hi, Amol.
And I have a question about H4 EAD. I have I-140 approved.
but my H1 has been filed for extension. So my H4 and my wife's H4 has been filed for extension just about a month or two back. And the current H1 is going to expire in the month of August. So I was wondering, when can I really file for the H4 EAD? Should I wait till I get the
No, you don't have
extension
to wait. You don't have to
should I
wait.
wait till the H4 and the H1 gets extended for another 3 years so that the EAD will have the date of like 2018 or something?
Yeah, you won't get EAD that long. I think they're going to give them only for 2 years. That's what they said. So this is the thing. No, you don't have to wait because it's based on concurrent filing. So you can use a receipt from the H4 extension to file for the EAD. But what I will do in your case, if I were you, I will go for premium on my H1B just to be on the safe side, and then use that receipt and do the EAD. And if you need help, I'll be glad to help you on the EAD. But no, you don't have to wait. You can file on May 26th, okay?
Okay, and the receipt, by receipt you mean the WACE number?
Yes, the receipt what you got from filing the I-539 for the H4 extension. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, but make sure you do it properly because any mistake will cause problems for you and for the H1B. Okay, and if you need help, like I said, we are starting to take those cases, so 510-742-5887. And so, ladies and gentlemen, everything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. If you have any questions, feel free to call our office, 510-742-5887. And, of course, the website to check is peerallylaw.com, or you can just type splgpc.com, splgpc.com. And we have a lot of callers I know waiting, but I just wanted to pass a message. One of the message, we have this petition going on change.org now to get to reduce the waiting time, hopefully, on those people who are waiting on a green card. So please sign that petition. We hope we will be able to kind of do the same that we did for the H4. So we need your help. So try to sign it and share it with your friends. If you go on my blog, immigrationlegalblog.com, you will see on the top right there is an image. Reduced time is in blue. Just click on it and then go ahead and sign that petition. You can sign it on Facebook, which is better than other people can see it too. So please do that. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
On my blog, immigrationlegalblog.com.
Hello. Yes, sir. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, my name is Ajay. My H4 was, I-140 was filed in December, but I have still not received the approval. But my employer now agreed to do the premium processing, so it's already been 5 months. Should I go for premium processing or should I wait and it might be coming any moment now?
Yes. Do premium. Whenever it comes to I-140, I always recommend doing premium. I'll give you 2 reasons for that. For one, doing premium, at least your headache is gone. You know it's done. And 2, if the I-140, let's say something goes wrong between your relationship with your employer, if the premium processing is done, you get an approval, you can always borrow that priority date for a future labor certification if you're going to do with another company. But if in the middle, the company, you get in trouble or you leave the company, they cancel it, then you don't get that priority date. So, yes, always do the premium processing on the I-140 if you can, unless you cannot. Sometimes you cannot in very rare circumstances, but otherwise you should do it, okay?
And there are higher chance of queries or rejection in premium processing?
No, that's some kind of... sometimes, they will just issue that to buy some time. But from my experience, I never recommend any of my clients that work with me to do an I-140 without doing premium, because I think I know it's another $1,200 or so, $1,225 more precisely, but I know also the gains are a lot more than what you lose. So no, it should not affect your case. If the case is done properly, the I-140 should not be denied or inquired just because you're doing premium. Okay? All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi, Shah. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi.
I had a question on the perm filing for EB2 and EB3. So, does the perm approval time vary based on whether it's filed under EB2 or EB3?
Some people say that. I have kind of experienced it for EB2 using 5 months, EB3 8 months, but they are not real hard facts to prove it. So I might be wrong or right on this, but from my experience, this is what I saw. But the truth is that it should not be any different. But most people on EB2, it comes around 5 months to 6 months. People on EB3 around 8 months. But this is not something that has been studied that I can really tell you, yes, it's true. Okay?
Okay. And how, who decides whether it should be under EB2 or EB3? I mean, is it the company through which we are filing or?
That's a good question. There are two things that decide if you're EB2 or EB3. For one, you have to be someone who has, to be on the EB2, you have to have an equivalent of a 4-year bachelor's degree, plus at least 5 years of experience or a master's degree, U.S. equivalent master's degree. That qualifies you. Now, the job has to qualify too. They cannot put you in a low-level position and call it an EB2. It won't work. So it's a twofold process. And, of course, the company can decide if they want to put you in this position or not. So at the end of the day, it's the job and you. So it's two factors, okay? Okay. Good luck to you. You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally, 11 here.
Hey, hi, Shah Peerally. This is Avro. Thanks for taking my call.
All right.
I have a question that I'm actually on L1B, and the company that I work for, it's actually selling its IT division to another outsourcing company, and they say that I would also be kind of transferred there. But I know that L1B is kind of tied to the employer. So my question is, what are my chances of getting the job in the next outsourcing company, or what are my options?
Well, hard to tell because I need more facts. If it is not a branch or an affiliate or something related, you won't get an L1B. But it's very hard to tell. Just like on that phone call, I have to kind of study the companies, whether they call the qualifying relationship. But transferring it L1B is not transferable unless you're transferring from a parent company or an affiliate or a subsidiary. So, yeah, it might be possible, but if they are related, but I cannot really tell you if it will work. Hopefully with the new rules Obama has come up with, L1B will be a lot easier to get. But at this point, it's very hard for me to tell you. But it is possible. It has to be checked, okay?
Okay, right? Sure. Thank you.
Okay, the best way should have been you should have moved to H1, and then you will be more mobile. Okay? And look in other options, too. Give me a call. I can look in other options for you, too. You might be eligible for even EB1C. You don't know about it. Okay?
Okay, sure. I'll give you a call. Thank you.
Yeah, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live here.
Yeah, hi, Shah. This is Mithilesh. And
hi,
I want to call.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you? I want to call my mother on a visitor's visa. And the problem is, in my passport, my mother name is spelled as Prabha Pandey, whereas in her passport it is Prabhavati Pandey.
They don't really care. The truth is, visitor visa is not a sponsor visa. As long as you say it's your mom and you can show some pictures and things like that, they don't really care. So I don't think that will affect the case as long as you prove it. But it can affect the case if she has a variation of names and it's not consistent. That's a different issue. But if you're talking about you and her relationship, that won't be affected. But on the passport and the birth certificate, they usually go by the passport. They know, especially for elder people, because the system was not really good at that time. There are all mistakes. But as long as you can prove it's her, it should not be a problem. Okay?
So how can I prove that it's by photos or by any other chance?
Anything that shows school cards, ration cards, a medical record. Just prove it's your mom and prove also it's her who's on passport. But you don't have to prove anything at this point unless they ask you. You just file for the visitor visa and then see what they ask you, okay?
Sure.
Okay?
Sure. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Okay, good luck to you. You too. Bye-bye. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Hello? Hello? Can you turn off the radio in the back? There's an echo sound. Hello? 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 Hello, you're live in here?
Hi, my name is Sarita. I don't have any questions today, but I'm calling in to thank you for the show. I do listen to some of the 1170 shows from time to time, and I see that most of the shows that I have been listening are, mostly around promoting their business. But I clearly see a big difference in your show, and this is why actually very first time listening to your show. But I have been listening for the past 30 or 40 minutes, and I clearly see that you are giving out 100% information for the people that have called in today. So I just thought I would just call upon that. Thank you for the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So, yes, that's true. Thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, it's true. Of course, I'm running a business, so I need business. That's how I can keep things going. But at the same time, one thing I've noticed, if you do things for the community will do things for you. So it's kind of a two-way traffic. So we help and they help us. So they help us by maintaining our law firm afloat, and we help them by giving them whatever we can give for free and can help people. I'm always glad to do it. So thank you very much for your kind words. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, my name is Shalini, and my question is regarding my H-1B and labor status along H-4 filing for EAD. There are a mix of things. So my current status is I was in my 6th year of H-1B, and my labor had been filed in 2013. But after that, it didn't come through for a while, and then we got a notice of supervised recruitment. So the entire process of recruitment was repeated. I'm sure you are aware of that, the notice of supervised recruitment process. And now the Labor Department is we are waiting on the feedback on the resumes. So the process has been completed, but we have still not heard anything from the Labor Department on my petition. However, because my labor was filed, so I got another year of H-1B extension until January of next year. So that will be my 7th year in H-1B. Now, at the same time, my husband has an I-140 approved. So I'm wondering what would be the best advice that you would have for me? Should I go for an H-4 status of adjustment and file for an EAD, or still hang on and hold on tight and wait for the Labor Department to come back with my petition?
If I were you, I'll go for the H-4, because the H-4 is also dual intent. You can let the labor continue, and you can file this, because this is a problem. If I know you got the extension, you have almost 1 year on you. Even they deny it now, you continue on that extension as long as you're then moving to another company. But the problem is, let's say it gets denied in the last minute, and by that time you file the H-4 change of status and the EAD, and it takes like 90 days to get the EAD, you'll be stuck. So my advice is to go for the H-4 at this point, just to be on the safe side, and they can continue the labor, because the H-4 is a dual intent. You can also have a labor being filed on this. I've done this before for clients. So that's the best way to do it, and if you need help on the H-4, just give me a call at the office, okay?
So that is great. So is it so that when you said dual purpose, does that imply that I can
dual
still
intent,
have the H1 going,
yes.
and
no,
until
no,
the
no,
H4 comes? Yeah.
No, not the H1 going. The H4. The H4 and the green card going at the same time. The H1 will go away as soon as the H4 gets approved. But if the labor gets approved and your I-140, you can revive the H1 later also. But at this point, it's a good idea to move to the H4, because if you wait the last minute, you might have a lapse. But you can also wait because there's nothing rush right now if you're still working for the same company. But being on the H4 will give you a lot of more flexibility. And I have a website. I wrote some good articles now, it's especially for the H4. It's called h4toead.com. and there are some advantages of moving on the H4. But there's nothing rush in your case. If you're not changing company, you can. It's good to move on the H4. It gives you flexibility, and you don't want to kind of wait the last minute. But you can continue on the H1, and maybe 3 months before the H1 expires, if nothing is coming, you can always move to the H4 and then go ahead to the EAD. Okay?
Okay, so the maximum I should wait is 3 months before H1 expires. If nothing comes through...
Yeah, that's what I would say, because 90 days, it will take 90 days at least to get the EAD now, from what we know. So, yeah, it's a good idea to do it this way. Then you can do concurrent filing, H4 and EAD at the same time. But it has to be done in a very smart fashion. So have the lawyer understand what they are doing, because if they make a mistake, then you might have some kind of lapse in the work, okay? Okay?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So anybody need help either on the H4, H1, family petitions, you name it, parents petitions, give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, everything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. I don't know how more callers. We got a lot of callers today, ladies and gentlemen, and I expected that because Germany is telling me more callers. Let me take some more callers. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Mr. Shah. This is
Yes,
Sam.
sir. Hi, Sam.
I have a question regarding visitor visa. My parents had this 10 years multiple entry visa, and they recently came to U.S. In February, and their visa is expiring in June. But at the entry point, they got a stamp until August end. So which one they have to follow, kind of?
Oh, that's a good question. Whenever you enter, the I-94 stamp is what controls. So whatever is on the I-94 is what controls. And now the I-94 usually is online. You can go on the Google it, I-94 passport. I think I have it on my system, but you can go ahead and Google it, and they will give you the exact date when your parents' I-94 is expiring. So the visa, which is on your passport, only allows you to travel. That can be 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. But when you enter, the one that controls is that little I-94, which is, back in the days, it was a little card, but now it's online, so that's what controls. So they have only the time that they were given on that stamp. And not on the stamp, what they have given to them at the airport.
They don't have any problem.
Renewal of what? I'm confused.
So the visitor visa needs to be renewed now, right? If they go back and they want to come again to U.S., they need to renew their visa.
No, the visa stamp is still good if it is multiple entry. The visa is one concept.
Expiring in June.
Expiring in June. No, as long as they entered the I-94 controls, even the visa expires are still good. They can stay according to what is on that I-94, not on the visa, because the visa only allows them to enter. Once they enter, then that visa has no value. We don't really care about it. But next time when they want to come, yes, then they will need to get a stamp. Okay, sorry, I understood it the other way. Okay, yeah, you're right. They have to go and get a new stamp if they want to come back.
Staying beyond their visa period will not affect their renewal of the visa, right? Application.
No, they're not staying beyond the visa. This is a very good point you brought. Let me explain that to you, the logic of it. The stamp that is on your passport is, by definition of law, is something that allows you to board a plane to come to the port of entry. Even it has 1 day of validity. Once you enter, they give you something called an I-94. This becomes your status. That status can be 6 months, even you had a 1 day visa on your passport. That's 6 months, as long as you're inside United States, that's 6 months that they give you, or 3 months or 2 months, whatever they give you, is that what controls. You don't have to really worry what is on your stamp on your passport. But once you leave, then you want to come back, you need another stamp. That's all. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I hope I was able to make it clear, because people get confused between the two. As long as you are inside United States, is that I-94, that status that gives you. But once you leave, then the stamp is what controls, the stamp, that sticker that you have on your passport. Okay? Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, I have a question about visitor's visa extension. My parents are here. Their 6 months I-94 is going to expire in June, on June 5th. I applied for extension with I-539, but the 539 instructions say that I should file for extension 45 days earlier or sooner, but I applied 43 days earlier than the 2 days thing. So is it going to be an issue?
No, it's not an issue. 90 days before, actually, you can apply. But no, it's not going to be an issue. Of course, it will go according to the time, but no, it's not an issue, okay?
Yeah. So in the follow-up thing, I applied for extension only for 1 month. That means 1 more month extension, not 6 more months. So I don't.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
According to the trends, I don't think I will hear anything from USCIS before the 1 month extension ends. That means by July. So that means before we hear anything, they plan to leave to India. In this case, what happens at the immigration while leaving?
I didn't get that. Do they have to do anything before they leave?
Yeah, okay. Let me explain in a different way. I applied for extension for 1 more month. That is going to end July 12th. But I don't think I'll hear anything from USCIS on extension before July 12th.
Yes.
But they plan to leave on July 12th before we could hear anything from USCIS. In that case, what happens at the immigration while they are leaving in the airport?
Okay, that's fine. Actually, yeah, you're right. As long as they leave before that, it won't affect them at all. They will be safe because they're in a period of stay authorized by the Attorney General. So no problem. You should be fine. Okay.
Yeah, but their I-94 will be valid only until June, though, right?
Yeah, but then once you file that extension gives them a period of stay authorized by the Attorney General. Unless the case is denied, they are not unlawful in the United States. So it's good, actually. That's something that I advise to people. If you're not planning to stay more and you don't get an answer, just leave before you get an answer and you're safe, okay?
One more thing I want to appreciate about your campaign on EB2 and EB3. I signed up for that petition on change.org, I guess. So what is your take on that? Because my EB3 is kind of stuck. My priority date is in September 2004. So do you think anything is going to happen just the way you did for the H4 EAD thing?
The H4 EAD is already there. The law is happening on May 20. You mean the other one that we're trying to fight for the reduction in time? Yeah, well, it worked for H4 when we started it. People were saying the same thing, it's not going to work. But the mistake that everybody has been doing, they've been kind of fighting with Congress to get things done, and Congress has not done anything. So the only way to get things done is go directly to Obama. So what we are trying now is to do the same thing again, go directly with the administrative agency and tell them to change something there. And he has done that before, and he has done it on H4, so why not? So I think this might happen if we do it right. We get the media attention, and the H4 has created a good momentum. So I have that petition going, and hopefully we will be launching some media campaign too. Let's hope we are able to change it. But the way it has to be done is just like the H4. We should target the Obama administration, not anybody else. Okay?
Okay, good. Thank you very much for all your support.
Good luck to you. Thank you so much. And sign the petition, ladies and gentlemen. It's on our blog, Immigration Legal Blog. It's reduced time for EB2 and EB3. You will see it on the right corner, just on immigrationlegalblog.com. So we're almost done with the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to take more callers, but before I finish, I'm going to talk a little bit about debt settlement. This is another area of law that we handle, and you can check it on our website, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And this is where we can help you get out of debts without having to file bankruptcy. For example, you might have credit card debts. You might have judgment against you. And even sometimes second mortgages, depending on your case, you might be able to get this done too. So what we recommend people to do is give us a call on debt settlement. Let us assess your case. We don't charge to assess the case on debt settlement. 510-742-4683. 5887. We do charge for consultation on immigration, that's different, but debt settlement is a different ball game. And you can read some of the kind of things we have done. We have just lately settled one case where the government was suing someone and they got a judgment. We settled it with the government too. So these are things that we can get done for you. And someone sued you and they got judgment against you. We can settle those. Why you want to settle those, unless you can file bankruptcy? What happened? They can pretty much go into all your assets. They can pretty much take your levy your bank account, garnish your paycheck. That means taking your money from your paycheck month to month. They can even put lien on your property. So you can avoid that and check the website yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And now the other things that we do also, we have been doing it for a while, but it's not working too much in the Bay Area because houses are going up. But those houses which are in remote areas in California where you are on the second mortgage, you are the value of the house is less than what you owe, we might be able to settle those. We have done hundreds of those, and we're very proud of them. So give us a call, 510-742-5887. And if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, for either immigration or debt settlement, call our office, 510-742-5887. Website to check, splgpc.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back now on Monday from noon to 1, and I thank German for being on the show with me. Anything I told you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. If you have any questions, of course, call my office. And again, the number 510-742-5887. Just to recap the news today, we talk about the H-1B selection. It's coming up, premium. They have already started. We had one caller who even got an approval already. And we also H-4, the big thing coming up now. So if you need help on the H-4, we have started taking those cases. The number 510-742-5887. We have a special website for it. It's called H42EAD. H4222TOEAD.com, and we will be glad to help you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Keep listening to KLOK. We'll be back on Monday from noon to 1, and check our website, splgpc.com. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H-4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H-4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H-4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Peerally has been at the forefront of this fight for H-4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
The new Attorney On Air app is now available to download on your iPhone or Android. Get access to the latest information and interact on the immigration and debt settlement blogs. That's not all. The app has plenty of entertainment as well. Listen live to the Shah Peerally Law radio shows. Go to www.attorneyonair.com to download it for free. Yes, that's right, for free at www.attorneyonair.com. Is your credit card debt driving you insane? Don't panic and claim bankruptcy. Don't consolidate and end up worse off than before. What you need to do is call the debt settlement team at the Shah Peerally Law Group PC. They have an excellent record of getting your debt reduced at a fraction of what you owe. The best part is you don't pay a penny until a settlement is reached. Stop wasting time and money and call the Shah Peerally Law Group PC at 510-742-5887. That's 510-742-5887. Get out of debt now. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad. The law firm does not guarantee success.
आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले जय हो
Connect your business to the entire